Hello. Today we're going to install a Palo Alto Networks next generation firewall on Proxmox. For this demo, I'm running Proxmox Virtual Environment 9.1.11, and I'm actually going to use version 12.1.5 of PANOS. So the very first thing you're going to need to do is go to the Palo Alto Networks customer support portal. You'll need to download the KVM, or it's called a QCOW2 image or a QCOW2 image. And then you'll need to download that for the version of PANOS that you want to run onto your local hard drive. Once you have that on your local hard drive, you can upload that image to your Proxmox server either via command line using SCP, or you can go to the local drive here on your Proxmox server, go to import, and then we'll need to upload that image. So if you click upload, it'll ask you where that image located at, and then you can upload the QCOW2 image. Once you have the image uploaded, so now we can create our virtual machine. So I'm going to click back on my Proxmox server. I'm going to create a virtual machine. For mine, I'm just going to want to put it higher up with a VM ID of 200. I'm going to call this lab firewall 01. I don't have anything fancy. I don't have resource pools or anything set up, so I'm going to go straight to the OS. Here we're going to say do not use any media. I'm going to move to the system drive. I'm going to leave all defaults here. For the disk, I'm going to change this disk size to something smaller that looks obvious. So you notice 32 was the default, so I'm just making this 12 so it stands out. For CPU, I'm going to give it one socket with 2 cores. I want to start with a 2 CPU firewall. For memory, I'm running version 12.1, so I need 8 gig of RAM. So I'll type in 8192. For network, I'm going to leave this is, for me, it's VMBR01. This is my subnet, my management subnet that gives me access to the internet for licensing and updates. The very first network that you create on the Palo Alto firewall is going to be for your management network. I'm going to go to confirm, and I'm going to hit finish. And then now we've created our firewall. So if I click on our firewall and I go to hardware, notice right here I have a network device, one we created. I could have done this a minute ago and I forgot, so I'm going to come in here, click, and uncheck the firewall. For our hard disk, this is the 12 gig drive that we created when we made the firewall, so I don't need this, so I'm going to detach it. And then I'm going to select the unused drive and I'm going to remove it. So now I need to add a hard drive that has the operating system on it. So to do this, I'm going to click add, and then I'm going to import a hard disk. So I need to go make sure that I'm on SCSI 0 because this is going to be my bootable disk. For my import storage, I'm going to go to local or select image. I'm going to select the QCOW2 image that I have. And for my target storage, I'm going to select local LVM for me because that's where my hard drive, the raw image of that hard drive for the virtual machine is going to be stored. Then I'm going to click add. This is going to take a moment because it's actually importing that QCOW2 image. So it's taking a copy of it and bringing it into the storage where the firewall hard drive is going to be located in a folder for the firewall. Once I have the hard drive installed, so now you see that I am on SCSI 0. This is a 60 gig hard drive now. So this is the hard drive for the image. I need to go to my option and I need to go to boot order. So if I double click on my boot order, you see that the SCSI 0 drive is not checked. I need to check it. So it's now an option for a bootable device. I like to move it up to the top, and I'm not ever going to boot off of my CD-ROM or my Net Zero, so I'm just going to uncheck both of them. And then I'm going to click OK. At this point, you're ready to boot up the firewall if you want to. I'm going to go ahead here and I'm going to add some network devices because I need some additional interfaces for the firewall. So for me, I have 2 WAN interfaces. So I'm going to add both of those WAN interfaces. And then I'm going to create a third interface that is my LAN interface. That's BR3. And then I have a DMZ, which is BR4. Make sure I don't have the firewall turned on any of those to make sure I don't have any traffic disruption. I have to go troubleshoot later. At this point, you are ready to go to console, and we can actually start the VM right now. Okay, after a few minutes, your VM should come up from the console. You should be able to log in. And the default username is admin and admin. And you'll be asked as soon as you log in the very first time to change your password to something much more secure than admin. And then at that point, you are ready to begin your deployment. So hope this was informative, and thank you very much.